welcome back to my channel, my latest bookception. Now it's been a while since I've gotten back in front of camera and filmed stuff, and that's because, if you can tell by my background, I think it's very obvious, I have moved back up to school and into my apartment. Welcome to my wall of stuff where I've posted so many posters that I have, or just little fan things, just things that make me happy in general. School has been very stressful. I'm halfway through my semester, so I'm like, we can get back into making videos. It's been over 2 months probably since I made my last video. Sorry about that. And coming to school, I'm a third year mechanical engineering major, so my class load isn't the lightest this semester, so we're going to try and get back into it. My goal is to post a video hopefully every other week. I don't think I could keep up with the weekly uploads that I was doing, but with that said, let's get straight into the video. This video, if you can tell by my hand, I don't know if any of you guys could guess. I guess the title also says it, but I am relating Taylor Swift songs to book characters or books in general. I got on my cardigan. I tried making my hair curly. It didn't really dry curly because I took a shower in the middle of the day and not at night. So I haven't seen a video exactly like this. I got my idea for this off the Taylor Swift book tag, kind of obviously, but also tags like the Hamilton book tag or just anything that relates music to books. Because I've always been someone that when I listen to music, I instantly will relate it to a character or a book I'm reading. And so I took 13 Taylor Swift songs randomly and found a character or a book that I felt really resonated with specific lyrics in that song, or I just think the overall song and vibe really fits in with it. So not all of these are the best matching. Sometimes I'm just scrolling through Goodreads and I'm like, oh my goodness, this character fits this exact line. Is it quite the perfect? No. Could I find a better match? Probably, but I don't have the time for that, so I didn't do that. And that's just how I'm gonna do it. Yo! I was listening to this and I was like, oh my goodness, this song reminds me strangely of Eliza and Wallace from Eliza and Her Monsters. I was walking up the front porch steps after everything that day. Come on and trampled on and lost and thrown away. Got to the hallway, well on my way to my loving bed. Almost didn't notice all the roses and the note that said. So specifically with this, the notes, because Wallace and Eliza love to write notes to each other because neither of them like to talk out loud. Eliza just feeling crappy after school, but seeing these notes or these texts or messages from Wallace just being our song is a slam and screen door, just being super cute and just kind of supportive in their own weird way. I know I said I was gonna do book characters or books in general, but I just had to do an author when this song came up, and yeah, it's J.K. Rowling. All this time I was waiting on the kill to come around. And give it a chance every time all you do is let me down. And take me this long, maybe I figured you out. And you're thinking you'll be fine again, but not this time around. J.K. Rowling's done some kind of bad things of just keep adding to her writing and just being pretty annoying about it. And then, when all the stuff of her being pretty openly transphobic came out, I'm just you're not sorry. You've had too many chances. You're unredeemable in my eyes. Harry Potter means a lot to me, and yes, is it problematic? Yes. But is it something that I love and I grew up and it got me into reading? Yes. Oh my goodness. Some of this reminds me of James Arundel and about Lucy and a bunch about Will, really? I'm 13 now and I don't know how my friends could be so mean. I come home crying and you hold me tight and grab the keys. He's 13 when he goes to the Shadowhunter Academy, and literally so many people are awful to him, especially Alistair. It just literally makes me think of the scene of when Will comes and gets him from the academy and takes him home. The stolen carriage. I have an excellent father. His strength is making me stronger. God smiles on my little brother. Inside you know he's better than I am. I grew up in a pretty house where I had things to run and hide. I had the best day with you today. And okay, his father, James loves his dad and sees him be so brave and yeah, Will super strong, makes his kill stronger. and it does say brother, but we're gonna ignore that. He has a little sister, and he just loves Lucy so much, I feel. And it's just so great. And they grew up in the Institute, which is a big place where they had so much space to run around and learn how to fight. And Cassie, did you somehow base James Herondale off the Best Days song? Like, it fits, like, so accurately. This was actually kind of hard. I'm not a giant fan of Love at First Sight stories, and so I generally kind of forget them. But then I like passed everything, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is kind of Maddie and Ollie when they first meet. Shifting eyes and vacancy vanished when I saw your face. All I can say is I was enchanted to meet you. Your eyes whisper how we met. Across the room, your silhouette starts to make its way to me. Playful conversation starts, counter all your quick remarks like I see notes in secrecy. When Maddie and Ollie first meet, it's very much instant love. Across the windows, like, they see each other and they, like, start, like, passing notes back through the windows and text, keeping it very much a secret because Maddie's mom would, like, freak out if she knew. Now I'm pacing back and forth, wishing you were out the door, open up and you would say, hey, it was enchanted to meet you. This line really reminds me of just when Maddie feels lonely and she wishes she could see Ollie, but she can't because, you know, allergic to, like, everything, and she just wishes he was there, and I'm just like, this one's really cute. This is the song that actually made me, like, want to create this, because the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is Hazel from Heroes Olympus, when she's having all those flashbacks, especially to Sammy. Memory comes in flashbacks, and echoes to myself, it's time now. Gotta let go of the moment, all the hand is about to move, and I still see it on my head, burning red. The second I heard this song, I was like, oh my goodness, and it's been a connection every time I've heard this song. All of her memories coming back, and, like, flashbacks, and she's unable to escape them, and sees Sammy but can't do anything about anything she does, and these flashbacks of this relationship that she had, she can't ignore. This is a lesser known song, it's a bonus track, so don't think I'm just making this all up, because I'm not. This, I guess, contains spoilers for Eleanor Park if you guys haven't read it. This song reminds me so much of Park at the end. Stumble through the long goodbye, one last kiss and catch your flight, right when I was right about to fall. While their goodbye is very short, it's very heartfelt. It's better for Eleanor to go and live somewhere else, but it's very hard by both of them, so they were on the cusp of being completely in love. I told myself don't get attached, but in my mind I lay it back. This line is very much for me Eleanor's point of view, because like she's not really happy in her living situation, and she's been like kind of thrown around to like a different house and come back, and she doesn't want to get attached because she's like, my life is crap, we just gotta get through high school and then we can leave. I don't wanna miss you like this, come back, be here, come back, be here. This line so much reminds me of I think it's the epilogue, after Eleanor has left and Park is just walking around and he thinks he sees her in like just a red-headed girl, but it's not. I get so much like Nova vibes in Renegades. Because chopped up acts on apartment floors, took out broken hearts, put them in a drawer. Everybody here was someone else before. Right when she has to move to that like old house, but it's new for her, and she like has to take all her baggage and everything she's lived through and how much she hates the Renegades, and basically put in like a metaphorical drawer for when she goes to work at the Renegades. And I'm like, oh my goodness, metaphors? Yeah, but you know you wouldn't change anything. This line gives me, she doesn't want anything to change, except she starts to change once she meets like Adrian and the rest of the crew, that they work together. You say multiple times. It gives me kind of the vibe that you're trying to like make yourself believe that it, like you gotta repeat it so you get it deep in your soul. Bad Blood, Selena Saradopian at the beginning of Throne of Glass. Still got scars in the back of your life, so don't think it's in the past. These kind of things, they last and they last. I mean, Selena Saradopian literally has scars in her back from being at prison, and being the king's assassin, that's not gonna do all the hurt that she has from hating the country. No. She's gonna plan things in the back and like beat them up and be queen again. Woo, eventually. We'll get there. This one I'm really proud of. It's Don't Blame Me, and it's Tamlin, especially in A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm very proud of this one, and I will explain why. Don't blame me, love made me crazy. For you I would cross the line, I would waste my time, I would lose my mind. They say she's got to fight this time. Once Feyre starts having to leave, Tamlin goes like kinda crazy, and he like would literally do anything. He would literally side with the enemy in a chance of getting Feyre back. For you I would fall from grace just to touch your face. If you walk away, begging on my knees to stay. He loses his mind, and he went way too far in trying to get this girl back, because obviously she don't want to go back, Tamlin. He falls from grace. He's a high fae, he's the High Lord of Spring, but he trades that all in to side with literally the enemy, and just so he could be with Feyre again, because he thinks doing that will make him love him again. And he literally he begs on his knees, when Feyre finally decides hey, I'm going with Rysand, I'm not staying with you, Tamlin, anymore. I once was poison ivy, but now I'm your Daisy. He was poison ivy in that he was cursed and stuff, and then Feyre lifted the curse. But, he looks like a daisy, but he's still poison ivy underneath. He's still very messed up in the brain. For this, I see, Cinder, especially about Audrey. Got up some popcorn as soon as my rep started going down, down, down. Laughed on the school as soon as I tripped up and hit the ground, ground, ground. So, we see, every time, Cinder has anything bad happen to her, Audrey's, making the most out of it, being ugh. And literally, when Cinder falls down at the ball, I believe Audrey, laughs or makes, a joke about it. So, I think nothing is it. It was an other, there's a hate, it's just a difference. Cinder's oh, I'm sorry, you're still a person? I forgot that you existed. And I'm just yes, Cinder, you did forget that she existed. I got Candace and Claire Eastman from We Were Liars. Yes, spoilers for We Were Liars, this is going to contain, but also, this is a very popular book, so if you haven't read it, I told you, crazier for you than I was at 16. Candace loves the Liars, and the last time she was at the island, she was 16. So, 15, 16-ish. And so, she loves them so much that, kind of goes crazy. Faded for me, I'm feeling hopeless, but to my conscience, running through rose thorn. This line is so much of the end of the book where she realizes the liars are actually all dead, and it all fades before her, and she realizes, oh, I'm crazy. I've literally imagined these three people an entire summer, and it all just kind of falls. It's you and me, that's my whole world. It's friend Holly, she's a bad girl. Literally her entire world that summer was we gotta be the liars. We gotta go hang out on this creepy old house roof. And the rest of her family's hey, is she okay? Whispering this in hallways when Candace is passing sometimes. Next, we got probably the most obvious one I could have chosen for Cardigan. I did Captain Levi from Fangirl. Is it just because the name's named Cardigan? Not completely, but it is mostly. I know you, dancing in your Levi's, drunk under the streetlights. Yeah, this is the other reason. Not completely also, but I'm they had the emergency dance party in her room. He wears jeans all the time. His name's Levi. It's great. And when I felt like I was in a cardigan on someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite. Kath wears her old cardigans that are super beady, but also, Levi just makes her feel happy and just safe and she's wanted, especially once he gets into her fan fiction. A friend to all, a friend to none, chase two girls, lose someone. A friend to all, those friend to none is almost an exact phrase from Fangirl when Kath is you're friends with everyone, how am I supposed to know if I'm different? He at one point kind of loses her because he might get out with another girl at the party. So you lose the one. Smell of smoke when I'm around this long. Kath always said he kind of smelled like smoke, and there was something else, I don't remember. And especially when he slept in her bed, And like once like she was really angry at Levi, she would still smell him on his pillow. And you think I could make an entire video without talking about Percy Jackson? No. We talk about Percy Jackson, especially in the last Olympia for this song. Coming of age is come and gone, suddenly the summer is clear. They've like been pushed into adulthood. This summer, it's very obvious, they lost their innocence in childhood somewhere along the line, but they realize it, especially in this book, when they're fighting a full-on war in Manhattan. Some is dangerous, yeah, it's right around the corner, darling, because it is in me, no, I can never give you peace. This entire song, for me, is very much like Percy giving his big speech, like, during this battle, and he's like, I'm always gonna find monsters, they're literally attracted to my blood, but he can't give them peace, but he's like, if you'll fight with me, I hope that's enough for you guys. And you know I'd swing with you through the fences, sit with you in the trenches. These people, he's known them for now 4 years, and he's like, we've played, but we will fight together. Tell me that it shows now that I see your brother as my brother. Is it enough? But the troubles to the east, clouds to the west. I give you my sunshine, give you my best, but the rain is always gonna come in if you're standing with me. He's like, technically, well, kind of related to the weird family thing, but he's like, we're family now. You can't stop there. We're surrounded by monsters every direction. They're gonna be coming at us, but he won't stop until literally he has no other choice to. Whew. That's my 13 Taylor Swift songs I chose. Questions I have for you guys that I would love to see in the comments. 1, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song? If it's Not All Too Well, why is it Not All Too Well? Just kidding. Do you have any like weird Taylor Swift or just songs in general that you associate with characters so deeply and you're like, I can't not listen to the song and think of this character? Also, lastly, would you guys like to see me do this again, either with like more Taylor Swift songs or different artists or like musicals in general? Because I listen to a lot of musicals and I'd love to like relate some of those to the characters. Here's my little hint. I don't care when you post a comment. If you post a comment on like my like first video that I did like months ago, that's cool. If you post a comment literally at any time, I love to see them. I don't really get comments that much, and so any comment I'll see and I will try and respond the best I can and try and make little funny quips back and forth with you. So if you'd like to have like a weird fun conversation, please do leave a comment. I'd love to see it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I am working on new videos, so hopefully those will be up soon. Who knows, honestly, with the schedule. My goal is to have it up before Halloween, and you guys will see why for that then. Since I post very irregularly, coming to my channel like 1 day a week isn't necessarily what I would recommend. I really recommend hitting that subscribe button. It makes sure you will see my new videos whenever I post them. So I hope you guys have a great day. Go listen to some fun music, and see you next time.